Hello there, I'm Joshua Choran. Welcome to JaneAustenary. Now, this is the first time I'm doing themes for each month, so I'll be doing 4 reviews of Jane Austen film adaptations. Now, today we're looking at Pride and Prejudice. And yes, I am a grown man, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy the works of Jane Austen. Now, I'll be honest and say that I haven't read any of the books. I am a rather slow reader, and I really don't have that much time to read anyway. And I also haven't seen the miniseries, so I won't be digging into that either, though I know you fan of the novels like that version more. But today we're looking at the 2005 Joe Wright adaptation, and it's a film that I'm actually quite fond of. It's a film about pride, it's about prejudice, and it is about love. And it has an absolutely fantastic cast. You have Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Bennet, and my goodness, is she fantastic. She was actually nominated for an Oscar for the role. You also have Rosamund Pike, Jenna Maloney, Carey Mulligan, Donald Sutherland, Brenda Belthin, Tallulah Riley, Claudie Blakely, Kelly Riley, Simon Woods, Matthew McFadden, Tom Hollander, and Dame Judi Dench. Sure, it's focusing on female characters, it's focusing on love, but themes, the ideas are true to anyone of any gender, of any class. And guys, don't be proud and don't be prejudiced. Check out this film because it is fantastically made. Dario Marianelli's score is absolutely beautiful, feeling almost like a cool summer breeze. Roman Ozen's photography is absolutely gorgeous and showing that Britain really does have some of the best DOPs in the business. A lot of times there are period pieces that just look fake and look like sets, but to me this entire film felt real from a production design standpoint. It's a film that's funny, can be sad, rather poignant, full of wit, but also full of hard truths that are still kind of relevant today. Though of course the whole kind of class system and the whole courting thing has changed, and that women don't really need guys, and that's perfectly fine. But what does remain true is its view on love, and just how earnest it is, and how sometimes it can come from places that we don't really expect. I mean, how Elizabeth and Darcy are kind of exactly the same, and that kind of same stubbornness and determinedness and sense of honor kind of gets in their way, and how they're just as bad as each other, and how pride is really their downfall. And once they get rid of that and realize the truth of each other, it's just beautiful to see that relationship come together, even though they started hating each other, but it's because they are exactly the same. And though of course couples don't always work out when they are exactly the same, but they also don't always work out when they're exact opposites. It really just depends on the relationship. And for this film, for this story, they just have to be exactly the same, just as stubborn, just as determined, but also just as honourable and just as courageous as one another. Even though I haven't read Jane Austen's novel, I know just the quality of her work through this adaptation, because a film this good really couldn't have come from anything bad. This film itself, as good as it is just a watered down version of something that's even better. Even just having seen this adaptation from Joe Wright, who is a fabulous director. I love the way he does things visually, he's great with actors, and I just think he does a marvelous job with this film. And so I give Pride and Prejudice 4.5 stars. I really do think it's a fantastic film, and it's just a great look at love and the kind of prejudices that get in our way of happiness. And I definitely recommend this film to anyone. It's fantastically written, gorgeously shot, well directed, and the cast is absolutely great. And even if you're a guy, I mean, I can't really see how you could complain if your girlfriend was like, oh, can we watch this? I mean, compared to The Notebook, this is an absolute masterpiece. But in the end, it doesn't matter what type of film it is, what genre, what kind of story, what kind of characters. If it's a quality film, that's for me. I have no set rules for what kind of movies I like, other than it's got to be a good film and have a good story underneath it all. I don't care how good it looks, if it doesn't have a good story, if it doesn't really have anything to impart into my life, if it has no observations of the world around me, then what's kind of the point? This has been the first edition and first episode of JaneAustenary. I'll be coming up with another one next week, so be sure to keep an eye out.